Welcome to SS2 English Language. This lesson covers summary writing, a core skill tested directly in the WAEC English Language Paper 1 Comprehension and Summary section. You will learn the exact technique for identifying key points in a passage and condensing them into clear, concise summary sentences. In the WAEC English Language examination, summary questions ask you to read a passage and identify specific information, usually 5 or 10 key points on a particular aspect of the passage. You are then required to present those points in a summary paragraph, usually within a specified word limit. Summary writing tests 3 abilities: your ability to read carefully and identify relevant information, your ability to select information relevant to the specific question asked, and your ability to express that information concisely in your own words. The word in your own words is critical. If you copy sentences directly from the passage, you will lose marks even if the copied sentences contain the correct information. The examiner wants to see that you understood the text, not that you can locate and copy passages. Follow these 5 steps for every summary question. Step 1. Read the passage carefully once for general understanding. Step 2. Read the question carefully. Note exactly what aspect of the passage you are being asked to summarize. The question might say, in not more than 120 words, summarize what the passage says about the causes of flooding in Nigerian cities. This tells you to focus on causes, not effects, not solutions, only causes. Step 3. Reread the passage, underlining or mentally noting every sentence or clause that is relevant to the specific question. Ignore all other information, even if it seems interesting or important. Step 4. Count your points. WAEC typically expects 5 key points. Each point should be distinct, not a repetition of the same idea in slightly different words. Step 5. Write your summary paragraph in your own words, beginning with "in the passage, the writer states that," or "according to the passage." Use linking words, "furthermore," "in addition," "however," "also," "finally," to make your paragraph flow rather than reading as a list. Here is a sample passage and question. Passage: The Harmattan season brings significant disruption to daily life in northern Nigeria. Schools report high rates of absenteeism as children fall ill with respiratory infections caused by the dry, dusty air. Farmers find their crops withering due to lack of moisture. Electricity supply becomes unreliable because the dry air reduces hydroelectric generation capacity. Road accidents increase as visibility drops to near zero in severe harmattan haze. Markets record falling income as traders struggle to protect their goods from the pervasive dust. End of passage. Question: in not more than 80 words, summarize the effects of harmattan described in the passage. Identifying the points: 1. Children fall ill and school attendance drops. 2. Crops wither from lack of moisture. 3. Electricity supply becomes unreliable. 4. Road accidents increase due to reduced visibility. 5. Market income falls as traders struggle with dust damage. Now writing the summary. In the passage, the writer describes several harmful effects of the harmattan season. First, children suffer respiratory illnesses, leading to poor school attendance. Additionally, crops wither in the dry conditions. Furthermore, electricity supply becomes unreliable as hydroelectric capacity drops. Accidents on roads also increase when visibility falls sharply in the haze. Finally, traders' income declines as dust damages market goods. Word count: 72 words. The summary is within the 80-word limit, uses own words, addresses only effects, covers 5 distinct points, and flows as a paragraph. Common summary writing errors in WAEC. Error 1. Copying directly from the passage. Lose marks even if the content is correct. Always paraphrase, express the same idea in different words. Error 2. Including irrelevant information. If the question asks for causes, writing about effects loses marks. Read the question 3 times and stay focused. Error 3. Exceeding the word limit. Every 10 words over the limit costs marks. Count your words carefully. Error 4. writing a list rather than a paragraph. Use connectives, first, in addition, furthermore, also, however, finally. Error 5. Making one point seem like two by splitting the same idea across two sentences. Each point must be genuinely distinct. Today we covered that WAEC summary writing requires identifying relevant points, paraphrasing in your own words, respecting the word limit, and writing as a coherent paragraph, not a list. Follow the 5-step process: read for understanding, read the question, reread and identify relevant points, count 5 distinct points, write the summary paragraph with connectives. For your practice exercise, take any newspaper article about a Nigerian social issue, flooding, road safety, or education, and practice writing a 100-word summary of the causes or the effects, using the 5-step process.